Hey guys, so I'm just going to do a routine bag change tonight. The only thing different I'm going to try is I'm going to show you changing into a Hollister bag. So right now the bag that I have on is Coloplast. So tonight I'm going to show you a Hollister bag. So this is what I started out with when I first came home from the hospital. So you can kind of tell just difference in size. It still has that, this is perforated, little peekaboo so I can see it going on to the stoma, empty there. With this, it doesn't have the flaps that tab in to Velcro. You can see that there. This one just rolls up, if I can do it, and then Velcros like that. The style, the back is a convex, so you can kind of see just a little bit. It helps push in on my skin around my stoma and pops my stoma out just a little bit more. That way, when poop comes out, it comes in the bag a little bit easier and I don't worry about leaks underneath the bag. Now that's just the way my tummy is and the way my stoma is. That's not perfect for everybody. Sometimes, they have flat ones, two-piece ones. I just talked to a guy tonight, earlier today about a two-piece, and he seems to like it. So if you don't like what you have, try new. Don't feel like you have to be stuck in one bag. So before we get started, I want to show you my little caddy here. So I just have a little caddy I put underneath our sink. It has bags in it, paper towel, extra bag to throw everything away, my wipes, scissors to cut the bag, stoma powder. This is barrier spray. And something that I ran across is deodorant for the pouch. And it's kind of funny, my poop doesn't stink. So it's make light of the situation. But I use just a little bit every time I empty the bag. I squirt just a little bit in there. That way when I go to empty it, there's no odor. So what I'm going to start out by doing is cutting the hole. Again, my stoma size hasn't changed. So I'm going to cut it to this dark ring. That's what fits my stoma. If you don't know your stoma size, measure in between. Don't try and just guess. So I'm going to unvelcro this and let the air out. So when I go to put it on, it doesn't trap air and I have to re-burp the bag. Burp the bag, I'll show you what I mean when I change it. So go ahead and get started about cutting this. Again, pull the bag out so I don't cut the front of the bag. So a couple reasons why I switched from the Hollister bag is the material itself was kind of making me itch. Now, I don't know if that was a fluke or not. I just felt like since I showed you the Coloplast bag, I should show you the Hollister bag as well. And just color, you can see just a little bit of shade difference. I'm generally pretty pale, and so this matches my skin tone just a little bit better, I feel like. So go ahead and get the bag out and ready here. So just like with the other bag, I am going to stick this under my arm and start warming it up. So I noticed it's been 6 days since I changed my bag. So I'm feeling when I take this bag off, there might be some irritation around the stoma. So I'm going to show you the stoma powder, putting it on, and the barrier spray. So go ahead and take the bag off first things first. Make sure you guys can see. Yep, it was time to take that bag off. Some paper towel here, water running here. Good deal. So I don't know if you guys can see. There's just some irritation around the stoma. Nothing that I'm really concerned about. It's just name of the game here. Get everything nice washed and cleaned off. Because the last thing you want to do is leave anything behind, and then it gets trapped underneath the bag. And then you're just asking for more irritation and issues. That's the last thing I want for you guys. Good deal. Okay, so I'm ready to use the powder. So I'll show you here. It's kind of messy, so what I like to do is take the bag and just tuck it inside my pants like that. So that way when I go to use this powder, I'm not putting it all over, the floor or my pants. So I'm going to try and get up close here. So I just kind of squirt some on there. Pull the extra off. Knock off any extra, because I don't want it to mess with the seal around it. I just want to cover up that irritated spot. That way it doesn't become more irritated. So pull that back out. Good deal. So use my barrier spray. And I just spray it a few times and let it air dry. Now that's just skin protectant, so that way when the bag comes on and off, it's not harming my skin as bad. Not that saying change your bag is horrible for your skin, but it's definitely not super gentle. So go ahead and take this backing off and Velcro through the bag. Try and get this puppy on here before it starts leaking. So just like that. So with this, I have to take the extra wing pieces off. Good deal. I'll show you this side. Okay, so a trick that the stoma nurse taught me was to fold the end into like a diamond shape. So I fold it like that and squeeze it. So that way when I go to empty the bag, it's, easier to open and I don't feel like, I have to stick my finger on that and try to open it to let everything out. So I'm going to show you if there was like trapped air in there. So you can see if I fold this up and Velcro it shut, there's not much air in there, but if there's air in there, burping it would be reopening it up and just running the air out and then resealing it. That extra air sometimes adds issues underneath your clothes. So it lays just a little bit more flat. So I like Hollister. It's not terrible. I just prefer Coloplast now that I've switched. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this in and pull my shirt down over it. And voila, can't see it. Now I have a tendency to wear more form-fitting clothes. So, when something's tight, it leaves a little ring. Not too bad though. It kind of depends on the material of the clothes that you're wearing. So the next thing I want to talk about is diet. Not diet as in watching what you eat, but dieting as in what you take in. Issues with the stoma. So I had a few questions about issues with eating nuts, seeds, corn. Now, I don't have any issues eating that stuff. I think it's just how well you chew it. So when I left the hospital with the bag, they gave me a list of things to watch. They told me what affected you before will still affect you, meaning gas, things that move through you quickly, things that stop up your digestive system. So the only issue that I have so far is water chestnuts. Those did not go through my stoma very well. So the issue is in your large intestine, it has more ability to break down food and come out. Now with the ileostomy that I have, or the stoma, it has a smaller opening, and so it makes it harder to release food. So that's why there's some diet restrictions. it's not so much the food itself, unless that's a trigger for you, but if you chew your food up really, really well, or if it's in a smoothie, like I like a protein shake with apple and I leave the peel on, but it gets pureed. So that was one of the restrictions that they had. So good questions. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. I go back Tuesday, New Year's Eve, for my follow-up from removing my rectum. So I'm going to post a video of after that. And so be on the lookout for that. Other than that, I'd love to hear from you guys. Comments, likes, subscribe.